Okay, girls, go ahead. Ladies.
Okay, first question. Work-wise, do you feel like an overeducated underachiever?
Well,
I do.
Yeah.
What do you mean by underachiever though? Because I think we're all,
Hopefully we're all at least strive. I mean,
Right.
hopefully you're trying to do what you want to do. You're just using other means to get there. I mean, college doesn't teach you how to survive in the real world. You're in a safe environment learning about something. So I don't necessarily feel like an overeducated underachiever because I'm figuring things out. as
if
I
you
go.
mean it in the sense that like we take jobs out of college that we're too educated for, sure, like you've got to start somewhere, you know, like I work at a restaurant right now, but I have a college degree, so it's kind of like,
Yeah,
well, that's fine, but you know, if you're trying to do something else, which is not to become like a track that's like, I'm going to be a doctor, well, I'm going to go to med school, and then I'm going to do a residency, and then I'm going to, you know, like get a job. It's not like, not all routes are just like that, so.
That's what I think is interesting for artists and actors and artists, comics, same thing, is that your path isn't really laid out for you like that. So you have to take jobs like in restaurants that you didn't necessarily see yourself doing when you were getting your BFA in theater. But it's a different, like, it's just a different path than if you went to school for medicine or law.
I also think when you're an artist, there's this feeling of like, I have all this talent and, you know, I just need a vehicle. So like, you always feel like you're sort of capable of more than what you're doing because it's so hard in this business to get to do what you want to do.
I think sort of like when I think of overeducated underachiever, I think of sort of like if you do have to work in a restaurant or some entry-level position in some business or something, are you really still putting effort into it and are you really taking it seriously? Because even though it's not what you want to do, it's sort of what you have to do in order to be able to survive, I guess.
But I feel like underachiever has this like derogatory like connection to it, like you're not trying hard enough.
You're
and I think
lazy.
that you're lazy, like, and I don't think that's it. If you are overeducated, it means like you have college or higher learning. That right there shows that you have the ability to finish something.
I'm working at a restaurant, so I can afford money for classes, to be able to go to auditions and not have to worry about where's the rent coming in.
Yeah.
Serving at a restaurant teaches me how to communicate with people, which is a necessary skill that you need in teamwork.
But on the same page as that, like I definitely found myself in a rut for a while where I found myself just working and like trying to save as much money as I could. And I found I wasn't going to auditions as often, and I was like I got in this rut where I was like, I'm not really doing anything to further my career right now because I'm just working so much. And I think recently like I got out of that, and that's why that question is like, underachiever for me is more like, are you being lazy? And like I was for a while, but it takes something to snap you out of that and be like, what the fuck am I doing?
I have a pretty good job. I have a really good job now that I like. It complements with performing really well because I work at a school. I'm done at 4. I can like go and work out and like write or do whatever I need to do. But for a while, I was working at this hedge fund, and I had this moment of like overeducated underachiever because I had these 4 bosses, and it was pre-economic meltdown, so it was like hectic, a lot of money flying around. Everyone's like trading, making a lot of good deals, and like I was supporting these like 4 analysts, and part of the assistant's job is like, we like clean their offices up sometimes, like we like organize their shit and whatever. And I was like opening this one guy's like desk drawer, and I just found a bottle of lube, and I was like, oh, awesome, I'm so happy I went to college. And I was like, oh yeah, this is why he locks his door for like longer periods of time. And he is like, he's constantly like, oh no, and then it all came together. It's like, oh yeah, this is why, like when your wife calls, I have to be like, oh, he's in a meeting, you know. So I felt like, oh yeah, I guess I am way too qualified to be like getting your coffee and hiding your lube.
Talk about women friends. Like, that's important to you.
Having women friends?
Yeah, having women friends, if you have problems with women friends, what role do you have in each other's lives?
I've noticed like a really big change happening now. It's like there's a real like separation between like my friends that are going normal and then like what me and my comedy friends are doing. Like I noticed like the friends of mine that are like getting married, getting to the suburbs, getting pregnant, it's like, whoa, you really feel detached. Like you really can't identify with that anymore. And it's like, and then you know, everyone's comparing themselves to one another. It's like the normals, like the civilians are like, oh, you're having so much fun, you're out there, you're meeting so many people, you're like getting shit done for your career, like you're blowing up, things are happening. And then, you know, sometimes you'll be like, oh wow, she is stable and she's not getting like cum on her face, you know? It's like, oh, like, so everyone's sort of like jealous of one another.
She might still be getting cum on her face, but it might not be from like
Different.
different guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Might be from
That's
different
true.
guys, too.
She knows where it's coming from every night. Yeah, it's not like, oh, where am I?
But I think having women friends is super important, and I think that it can be really hard when you feel like you don't have that support. Like there was a while, all of my girlfriends in the city, they had either moved away, like to Texas or back home to Virginia, or I still lost my train of thought. They've either moved far away or they were, you know, booked on a gig and they were out of town, and you don't have them in the city to be with, and it's like, that's hard because you can't always be with your gay guys and your guys and yourself. I mean, that's good, but there's definitely a noticeable difference when your girls aren't there.
Yeah.
What about the girls who, whenever they get in a relationship, they disappear?
Yeah, I hate
That's so
I don't
easy
like
to
those
happen
either.
though. Like you're in love, you're banging all the time, it's fun. Like, and then you eventually like come back to earth. But girlfriends are crucial because they're the only people, and like if you have a good sister, like or a good mom, but that's rare. But like they're the only people that will remind you like that you're the full package and like you're fucking awesome and like don't settle. There's plenty of fish, you know, like. They're the ones, even if I found like if I've ignored friends in relationships, like that's happened a lot, but if we break up or something, they're always there to be like, you know what, yeah, we haven't talked for a few months, but you know what, like you're awesome, we're solid, and I'm gonna help you through this.
They're the best friendships.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, I think friends are so crucial, especially like when it comes to guys or jobs or something, because like most of my guy friends, they'll sit down and they'll listen to you, but they really don't want to like pick apart and analyze everything the way that like sometimes you do with your girlfriends. Not intentionally, but you just get talking about stuff and you know. I think
On the
it's
flip
important.
side though, girls are so catty that it can be like, you know, it's, when they
That's true.
change, I've had girlfriends that have been amazing and then done that switch and it's like, oh my God, like who are you? And then that sucks because you have to be like, I don't want to be your friend anymore.
Friendship breakups.
Friendship breakups, those suck.
I think
When you
as,
really-
yeah, I think as you get older, you sort of have like a few really close girlfriends. You have just fewer but closer friends. And I think those are more important than just having a lot of.
I've learned that as I've been getting older.
I've had most of my friendship breakups though over guys.
Mm.
Either they have like hooked up with a guy that they knew I liked, or
They didn't like who you were dating.
yes, which is really interesting.
Yeah, my college friends like.
That's true.
It's the bitchy
Stop.
stuff with girls.
Yeah.
There was like one time I was at, this was like shortly after, like college friends like went to her apartment, I was just like talking to a group of people, and like I mentioned I had a threesome, and then these girls just stopped talking to me. Like these friendships were like cut within the next like couple of months, and I was like, ooh, and I was like, I didn't mean to like be the freak at the party, like I just thought we were all going there, we were all talking about like our stuff, and
Yours is
I was like, well, I guess I'm the weirdo. All right, I'll see you later. That-
Okay, guys,
Yeah.
we're done with the women.
It's great. Yeah, like women, yeah. And you're great.